Today we have 3 tips on professional self-care at work. Stick around, we're going to get started right now. Tip number 1, remember that it's okay to grieve. Grief does not just go away, and it's definitely not linear. It's not on a timeline. There isn't a particular process or even stages of grief that one needs to or has to go through in order to get past it. You can click or tap on the card above. Tony and I did do an episode specifically on the 5 stages of grief and how they would apply to baby loss. Grief can affect you in different ways as you move through life, including in your workplace, and that's what we're talking about today. You can still be in the workplace and be a griever at the same time. You don't turn on and off that spigot. It's just not realistic. Now, if you have feelings of grief that come up during the workday or a meeting, remember that it's normal and natural. It's a reaction to your loss. So you are normal.
Tip number 2, create your own safe place plan. Have a safe place. If you find yourself experiencing an emotional trigger or feelings of overwhelm, first take a breath. Then find another room that is private, or it can even be a bathroom stall, like what I had. Or if you can, go outside, try going for a walk. Be aware that there are triggers that can come unexpectedly while at work. This can be a form of post-traumatic stress disorder. If you want more information on that, you can click or tap on the card above to watch our episode on PTSD. Triggers can be in the form of a flashback. It can happen when you hear a random song or a smell, or seeing perhaps another pregnant woman in your office. Having a safe person, or have a safe person who is a coworker who is understanding of what you are experiencing and can help support you while you are at work. They can be a sounding board to navigate the pressures of work and living with grief at the same time. It may also be helpful to speak with your supervisor to help him or her understand your needs. And we will get back to the third and final tip in just a second.
Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is Tony Brabeck. We are the founders of Our Little Sparrows. Tony and I hope that you are getting value out of this episode, and we invite you to stick around to listen to the next episode, where we actually discuss the importance of spiritual self-care. And now back to our third and final tip on professional self-care.
Tip number 3. Recognize that some side effects of grief can affect your work performance. Some people may not recognize it as side effects of grief, but there can be a lack of concentration, forgetfulness, tiredness, and even physical effects such as inflammation in the body. These can make work challenging. And if you feel that it is affecting your performance, think about speaking with your supervisor or your HR benefits department. They may be able to offer you additional support through an employee assistance program or otherwise, like connecting you with maybe a counselor or so forth. Seeking professional support, such as a medical physician to rule out other causes, can be helpful. Or a licensed counselor may be able to help you process your grief and provide you with tools and support to help you in the workplace. These are in no particular order. You will need to decide what is best for you and you alone.
Now, unfortunately, some workplaces don't recognize the loss of a baby or pregnancy as a reason to take time off work, or even needing extra time for that support and the care. They just don't see it as that, and it's really sad. If this is the case for you, you may want to think of other ways outside of your workplace to receive the support that you do need and that you're looking for. So examples of this would be support groups, close family and friends. I know in past episodes we've talked about support in general. It could be a person, it could be a group of people. It looks different for everyone. And if you want to check out that episode, we'll link it up in the cards above, so you can check that out. Balancing obligations at work while living with loss, it's not that it can be a challenge, it will be. It just is, and it's all different levels of challenge. Everyone's different. But we hope that you're able to utilize any time off being offered from your employers. However, we recognize that there are many reasons why one may not be able to take time off for work completely. For whatever reason, you're just back to work. We hope that these tips will help you being back at work and that you'll find that space that you need for those moments of grief that come up within the confines of the workplace. Tony and I hope that you got value out of this episode. And as always, we want you to know that you are not alone, that you are loved, and your baby will always be cherished. and that Tony and I are here to help you in any way that we can.
If you got value out of this video, please give us a thumbs up so others can find Our Little Sparrows. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell to get updates for when we release new content every week.
Now, if you have comments, leave them. If you got questions, ask us. You can put all this down below the video. Tony and I love to carry on conversations as well as answer your questions.
If you're watching us in the replay, you can watch the next episode in our weekly video podcast where we discuss spiritual self-care by clicking or tapping here. Please click or tap here if you are interested in our grief series, The Pregnancy Journey, Grieving from Diagnosis to the Loss of Your Baby.
And thank you for joining us.